My name's Sheridan,
And I'm Dylan.
and this is our dog Dasher. And today we decided to do our cell organelle project, comparing it to a mall analogy. So basically, we felt that the cell organelle is very similar to the structure of a mall, and so the first part of the cell organelle structure that we decided to emphasize is the nucleus. So right here, this is the nucleus of the animal cell. And the nucleus of the animal cell is responsible for controlling all of the functions in the cell. And so in the mall, it would be like the power room that controls all of the different electrical functions and lighting within the mall. And so the next part of the animal cell that we wanted to emphasize is the nucleus. And so the nucleus is actually found right here within the nucleus. And so the nucleus plays a major role when it comes to creating ribosomes. And so it combines ribonal RNA as well as the proteins to complete a fully developed ribosome. And so this is similar to like a restaurant within the mall, because basically they have the cooks who combine different ingredients and then they make a full meal. And so the ribosome within the animal cell is actually going to be located right here. So the ribosomes are actually the small circular figures within the actual rough endoplasmic reticulum. And so the next part of the animal cell that we wanted to emphasize and use within our analogy would be the nuclear envelope. And the nuclear envelope has pores that allows protein and RNA in and out of it. And so for the mall, this would be similar to a store employee monitoring and watching customers and allowing them to move in and out of the mall and the stores freely. And so for that, that would be right here, right on the outside of the nucleus. And so the next part that we decided to do was the cell membrane. So the cell membrane is selective, physical, and chemical, and it decides what comes into the cell. So basically for that, in our analogy for the mall, we decided to say that it would be like the anti-theft sensor that's found like within the entrance of different stores. And so basically it allows certain people and things to go in and out of the stores, and when things aren't supposed to, it would alert it. So within that, we have that right here within our cell. And then the next thing that we wanted to focus on is the cytoskeleton. So the cytoskeleton maintains the shape of the cell as a whole. And so in a mall, this would be the beams that give support to the buildings that make up the mall and that support it. And so for the cytoskeleton, we would see that being right here. So it's these figures right here on the upper portion of the animal cell that actually help to make up the structure of the cell. And then next we have ribosomes. So ribosomes are the organelles that create the protein throughout the cell. And so in a mall, ribosomes would be the customers that go throughout the mall buying goods at different stores, as well as like different floors on the malls. And so for the ribosomes, we see that this right here. So the ribosomes are these portions of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then after that, we have the Golgi apparatus. So that's the Golgi apparatus's main function is to package different proteins throughout the cell. And so in a mall, this would be the storage room that's constantly has packages being shipped and delivered through it. And so with the Golgi apparatus, we see that this is this part of the cell right here on the upper area. And yeah, so that's really important for the packaging of proteins. And then the next major part of the animal cell would be the mitochondria. So the mitochondria is the organelle that stores all of the energy throughout and for the cell. So in a mall, this would be the food court where people are able to refill with food and get energy. And so in this example, we would see that the mitochondria is right here, and it's actually this part of the animal cell that is really responsible for just kind of regulating all of the energy within the cell.
This. Next, we decided to focus on the lysosomes. So these are the organelles that actually break down old and worn out organelles from the cell. And these would technically be, when it comes to the mall analogy, like the cops. They do not allow certain things in and out, such as bacteria. And that would be like right here, lysosome. And then next we would have the smooth ER, endoplasmic reticulum, which actually processes and transports chemical compounds inside and outside the cell. So for our analogy, we said that it would be like the rough endoplasmic reticulum would be like the elevator and the escalators transporting the proteins, which in this case are the customers, just to different levels, different stores, I'm sorry. And that would be right here, this whole thing with the ribosomes attached. And then next we have the smooth ER, endoplasmic reticulum, which is involved in the synthesis and storage of lipids. And so with the analogy, we said that the smooth ER would act more as like a storage unit, room, whatever you want to call it, just for different products, such as lipids. And that's right here without the ribosomes attached to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's our analogy, and just to see it a little bit closer, this is our poster of it. All right, thank you.